This next song is very special to me because I wrote it for my dad, who passed away in April. And my dad was a very interesting man. I'm just gonna, if it's all right with you, I'm just gonna talk for a minute or two about him. He was an aerospace engineer at Grumman for 30 years of his life. And I grew up always thinking my dad was the smartest man, and he really, truly was brilliant. He worked on the lunar module. He was a metallurgist, and so he was part of the team that designed that piece that actually absorbed the lunar module on the moon. But I think the thing that made my father the smartest now in hindsight was the fact that he retired at 55 and became a commercial fisherman out in Lazy Point. And so it was truly his passion. And I think he was literally like running out of the door the day that it was 55, and he was, literally throwing the tie out the window. And for 35 years, he basically lived his dream of gathering clams and lobsters. I mean, he had like 5 lobster traps, and he would like get 300 clams. It was his thing, though, his little thing of porgies. But I always say my babysitter was a boat. I grew up, I was the last of 4, and so I was constantly on the water with my mom and dad. And so, a few years into this songwriting thing, he said, would you write, you never wrote me a song. You never wrote a song for me. And I'm like, oh, Dad, it doesn't go that way. I'm just, I'm channeling it, Dad, and you can't ask for it. Bridget will get that one. Anyway, yeah. And so, but interestingly enough, I set to the task of writing him a song, and what resulted is this next song called East End Run. And at the beginning of the season, it was very hard for me to sing, but now I've gotten to a place where I can share it and not cry and not be upset. But I think that the one thing that I just want to say is that it is truly not just for my father, but it's kind of a love letter to the East End of Long Island, the entire East End. And you live in such a beautiful area. And if I had another life, I'd probably be up here on the North Fork with you. I mean, it's so stunning, the vineyards, the bay, and all of it. And so it's just a simple reminder to honor my dad, to go to that one place that you claim you're the guardian of for your lifetime. That's what I think about. I have that spot. I hope you have it too, and that you maybe visit it in the next month and take some time for yourself, because that's what this song is about. Greg, how about a little pretty pedal steel on the top here? Yeah. Brett, how about a nice low bass note? Joe, how about a little organ, like something pretty on the one? Yeah. Yeah, I want to hear that organ. Well, my father, he was a fisherman, and my mama, she beats her own drum. And they raised me up out in Lazy Point, with the sand and the sea and the sun. There was an old dirt road with no telephone, and at night it would get kind of still. And I can still recall the sound of it all, right down to the lone whippoorwill. These times are changing fast. Oh, but I know what is true. So let this world turn mad, 'cause that's when I turn to you. The tides are calling my name. The red buoy bell is being rung. I'm leaving it all behind. I'm making an East End run. Well, the sun Montauk Point, and it sets over Gardiner's Bay. And a light west wind is a fisherman's friend, and all the boats go out to play. There's a railroad track, shiny and cracked, and it runs out Napeague Way. And if I close my eyes, I can still hear the cry of her lone whistling train. These times are a-changing fast. Oh, but I know what is true, so let this world turn back, 'cause that's when I turn to you. The tides are a-calling my name. The red buoy bell is being rung. I'm leaving it all behind. I'm making it east and run. Joe's cooking at John's Pancake House, and the ditch witch is brewing your coffee, and George Watson's throwing my third child out. Sweet Tallulah, God help me when she's a teenager. These times are changing fast. Oh, but I know what is true, so let this world turn mad, 'cause that's when I turn to you. The tides are calling